got a ways to go yet. Well, hi guys and gals, it's me, George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Maker. You see me okay?
It's right there.
And we're back in the shop, and Mr. Andrew, the tablet man, phone man, is behind the camera at the moment. And we have an update on the Tennessee Sweet T. The first being, right here, you notice that we have a new pair of tires. A lot of people were concerned at not having enough ground clearance with this trike. So I broke down and I bought some new tires, and you can see the difference in height between the original tires and these tires, and these aren't blown up yet even because they're not mounted. So that's going to give us at least another 2.5, maybe 3 inches of ground clearance. And I've had a problem with these tires going flat. This one here is soft now, and I've slimed them and everything else. So we're going to change the tires. I have a sad story to tell. I don't know how you feel about distractions. Whoa! You see this part here? Well, you saw me turning it down on the lathe. This is a hub to go into the wheel on the back wheel on the drive side. And I had a couple of phone calls and text messages when I was in the process of doing this. And I got distracted and I ended up turning it down too far. So now what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to put some weld on here to build it up so that I can put it in the wheels again, and I'll have to turn it down again to get to the right side, but it's about 4 thousandths too small, which is pretty sloppy. So yeah, make sure you don't get distracted. Okay, so we've decided that we're not going to mess around with trying to make sure that this wheel will fit properly, and I mean the tire will seal properly on this rim. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some put an inner tube in it.
Yep.
That's what we're going to do. Right, Andrew?
Yeah, we're going to put them smart tubes here.
So, to show you how we're going to do it. So the first thing you're going to do is take some kind of cleaner of some kind, got a little bit of soap in it, and put that on your tire just like that. And then you're going to bring it over here to the wheel. Put it on the wheel. And you're going to put it up on here on the wheel. And I'm going to
take that,
push it in place.
Push it in place.
Sometimes, if you're really good, you can push them in place without having to fight it. But I'm not really good. I need my other screwdriver. That one's too fat. Come on, get down on there. There we go.
It's not. It wants to work against you, Grandpa.
Oh yeah, they want to fight against you all the way along.
You're just trying to get beat into it.
Okay, now we get the tire down on one side. Now the next thing we got to do is we got to put the tube inside the tire before we can inflate it. And we went down and I bought tubes at Tractor Supply, and they only had these slime ones, and so they should last forever and a day. And it says it prevents flat tires and slime sealant inside, seals multiple punctures All that good stuff.
All that good stuff.
All that good stuff. So, take our valve cap off. We're going to have to lift this up and put the tube inside of the tire.
Right in there.
Get it inside the tire. And then, the best thing to do, get it down inside the rim. And you want to get your valve stem lined up and pull it up through. Oh, before I do that though, I want to put a little bit of air in this tube. Not a lot, just a little bit.
So we can pump up the tire.
So it makes it easier to fit inside the tire. But not too much, just a little bit. Now then, now we'll put the valve stem holder on it. So it can't get moved out of the way while we're messing around getting the tube in place. Now we got to get the tube down inside the rim before we can put the tire on the rim. Alright, now we have the tube down inside the rim. Now I'm going to squirt a little bit of soap on here to help me get the tire back down onto the rim. And you usually like to start on the side away from the valve stem. So the valve stem side is the last side to go in, and I need you to push down on here, Andrew. Just kind of hold down on that tire.
Yes.
So you can see we have one of our new tires mounted up on the wheel, and you can see the amount of clearance we've gained out of it. So we'll get the other one mounted up and we'll take a look at it again. Gonna be pretty, but it's gonna get the job done. I think I have one more turn to go. Like I said, it ain't gonna be pretty, and I could spend more time filling the weld in. But it just has to go down inside that wheel and fit in there snug, you know what I mean? So let's take our caliper now and see how it fits. I'm still going to take a little bit more off. It's got to be 35 thousandths. 35 millimeters, sorry. So maybe another cut across there will do it. Well, here we are. We have both rear wheels mounted. You saw what I did with the adapter, the sleeve for that drive wheel over there. I've added a piece of angle iron down in here. That's just the beginning. I'm going to put more on the outside. There's going to be another crossbar coming across here, somewhere in here. Not exactly sure. Going to be another one up across the top. Yeah. Going to be tight clearance here on my wheel. I've got to make an adjustment on my keyway, drive it in a little bit further. That's not a problem. These tires are a lot bigger, as you saw, and they take up more space. I wish now, if I had known I was going to be using these bigger tires, I would have cut my slot in further. But that's probably not going to happen. It's quite a chore to get this wheel on here. And what I did is I put the wheel on and then I drove in this hub after I had it on to make sure it lined up on the keyway. And if you look down in there, you can see, or maybe you can't see, I can't see for sure, there's a spot weld, a tack weld down in there. And there's another spot weld over on this side. I drilled out some holes and welded in the plug holes there. So those are plug welds to keep this from spinning. And the inside hub is also welded to the wheel. Yeah, we're making progress, slow but sure. And I got a text from my daughter a little bit ago. And she said that Kevin opened his eyes a couple of times. Said he's having a hard time focusing because of all the meds that he's on. His eyes are very dilated. And they're going to have to keep him sedated pretty heavily for another day or two because it seems when he starts coming out of it, he wants to move around more than they want him to move around. So that's where we're at today on the Tennessee Sweet T. Thanks for watching, commenting, and for subscribing. And I think I'm going to have to get myself another recoil for this. I've torn it apart and made a modification to it, but it still wants to hang up out there unless I really pull hard on it, and then it'll go back in. And it shouldn't be that hard. Now that I get it past that one point, it's fine. And it might be fine once I can just yank on it and start it, and it'll go back in. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm not happy with the way it is. I adjusted this a little bit, took it off, cleaned the ratchet inside, and it was in good shape to begin with. I just cleaned it out and put it back together. So, till next time, this is George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man, saying thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing, thumbs up, sharing, all of them good things. As you can see, looking out the door, it's another beautiful day here in Tennessee on Shady Acres.